Hey, what's up everyone? Aubrey Trades here with another pre-market prep video. Now, not a whole lot jumping on the scanners this morning, but we'll go ahead and check it out anyway. BLU looks like our leading gapper today, only up about 28% now. That is pretty good, but you know, whatever. Not nothing crazy. Getting to a high of 565. So just about the top of this graph here, fading down now to 508. So this is at new 52s. That is worth noting. Let's go to the max available on the weekly and see what is overhead. Let's see. So if these low fives hold, you know, what's the next spot we could revisit? And then here's that 565-ish, 555 range. So kind of topped out right here underneath these candles. I'm guessing the next range of resistance is going to be this like 630s area probably. And then another would probably, let's see, probably again at 8s. Right over here. And then here we got 948. They were just kind of drawing lines around these points of interest. And then we got these all-time highs of 1203. So we'll keep that in mind. I'm really not interested unless if this holds and this becomes a dip and rip, you know, and then holds this 5 area to retest, you know, that's a potential long. You can get at least, you know, maybe 60 cents out of it. Watch for the breakout, see if it's going to test that 6 zone. Next is LPTX spiking up to 238. It's currently at 187. So topped out right around here. Currently right around this zone. I don't know. This has fallen a good bit off of the highs, so I'm not sure how I'd be interested in playing it. It's just, I don't know. Seems a little too choppy. Not enough really going on. 192, 238. Like, okay, over 238 gets you what? 268, maybe 288, maybe 324. Doesn't seem like there's much there. Let's look at ATER. Now this has had some pretty good green days. We'll get rid of studies just to make that a little clearer. Or go to weekly study set, which is just the whole moving average. And then we got the MACD down low. This is pretty good. This spiked up to 1501. Next point of resistance, I guess, could be $17 or $21 if this wants to break free. Go and mark those levels. I could see ATER being pretty interesting. I'm gonna set a price alert here for 1450. That is relatively interesting. Okay, now let's get into what I'm gonna be paying a lot of attention to this morning. I like ICY. This great chart broke out on Friday and then, you know, held on to its gains for the most part. Still hanging around here in pre-market. Nice setup for a wedge break. We'll go ahead and add this drawing here, right? So kind of look for this pop out of this trend line and see if we can retest the highs and go to the max available on the weekly, see what we got going on. This is all-time highs. So everyone on this ticker is green. I like this a lot. This is probably the top listed watch for me going into the morning. Another one, I'm still keeping an eye on CEI, hanging around here now in the 140s from a high of 160s on Friday. If this wants to keep going, I'm not mad at that. Look how far this thing has fallen. Jeez. This has got to be like crazy splits or whatever. Alright, so we got what? $3 is sort of our range, and then 225. Now this is overextended. This 3 big green weeks. Yeah, it was a bit overextended. So we'll keep an eye. Ideally, this sort of chops around. I want to give this whole moving average some time to kind of like catch up. Let's see. BBIT, I got a price alert set for 11.50. The squeeze just didn't happen. And then the rest are OTCs that I'm looking at, okay? A lot of these are still in play, in my opinion. I'm watching ETST to see if it has any juice this morning, even though I got wrecked on it on Friday. Still worth watching. Lucium still worth watching. It's hanging around here right at this whole moving average line. So I think today's a do or die day. Is it going to spike back up big? If it does, that would be sick. Or is it going to continue to fail, falling underneath this 47-cent support line and give us a panic down to the 20s? Either way, I'm here for it. If it wants to panic down to the 20s, I'm going to look for that bounce. Other one, MTRT, kind of looking like, a backside, but still a similar-ish pattern, right? It's sort of hanging around here. Now it's underneath the whole moving average, which is less than ideal, but it could still give us a nice little bounce. I'm looking at the low 2s as an area that it needs to hold for support, which is sort of what we got. We got this bounce off the support line here on Friday, which is really good. The real bounce didn't happen until the end of the day, though, so that was a little upsetting, but still, same rules apply. Let's look at PSSS. So this had a first red day on Friday, highs of 77, closed at 41. Support down here at 27 cents. So if this is going to have a second red day in a row, I'm looking for this area as a bounce opportunity. Or the next zone is going to be this 22-cent range down here from this last little spike. So we're keeping an eye on that. We're keeping an eye on Elios, kind of just faded a lot. Not so sure about Elio. TSOI. Clearly backside. We'll see if this wants to continue further. This didn't move a whole lot. This was kind of weird, right? I don't like it when they move like this. It's very, it's hard to gauge. What am I more looking forward to? They're not on that chart. So we said ETST. I'm definitely looking at AGGI as well. Spiking big on Friday from the 20s to the, from the 2 cent to the 14, almost 15 cent range. Now closing down at 5 cents, so way off of the highs, but still worth watching. If this wants to panic, it's going to panic back down to that 2 cent range, and that can give us a good bounce into the 3s. So I like that a lot. And BBB, there's another one. BBBT. Going on Friday from 1 cent, almost 2 cents, to 6 cents, and closing incredibly strong. This is probably, this looks ripe for a gap up. Let's go to the max available and see what we got here. We got a nice little shelf of resistance at 10 cents, so we're going to keep that in mind. 10 cents, we got another 8 cents. So if this is going to give us more legs, maybe not. So we're going to be really, really careful. Ideally, this gives us a dip to buy on. We could buy 4 or 5 if it's going to continue higher. Otherwise, maybe we're buying 3s. Maybe we're buying the 3.17s. That is a strong OTC watch. ISWH. I know I have a lot more OTCs that I'm looking at. That's just how it is right now. ISWH looking good, strong chart here, more volume activity as of late, and the next real point of resistance is what? I'm gonna say $11. That's crazy. I'm just gonna call it $3, even though, I mean, logically, I don't know, there was a top out here at 503. We're already at new highs. So if this wants to continue, you know, that's insane. And this bounce, this Friday bounce from a low of 120 to 169, that's pretty prime. I like that a lot. So that is it for the OTCs that I'm looking at. I'm gonna go ahead and just say I'm keeping LEO on the scans, even though this has just been nothing but a gradual fade, no real bounce opportunity here. You never know. I mean, maybe this drops all the way down to 30 cents and then, you know, gives us a good bounce. But this looks like it's just been a slow bleed out. I want things that are more volatile and move more with more gusto. You know, it looks like BBig's not going to hold this support line, so that's a pity. Anyway, that's all I got for this pre-market video. Thanks so much for watching. If you got value out of this, please hit that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing and let me know in the comments down below what other type of content you want to see from this channel. Or if you had a good score, let me know too. We can celebrate together. Anyway, I'll be back later with a morning trade recap. In the meantime, good luck out there. I'll catch you in the next video.